Hello, you beautiful booty blasters. In this video, I'm going to be ranking every Call of Duty Zombies map based off which zombies map are the absolute best to get white girl bootylicious wasted on, you know. Given that it is Friday, and I believe I'm actually going to get a little tipsy later on in the day myself, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day.
Julian!
40 Friday, some might call it. And if you plan on getting wasted tonight, I hope you drink some water before you go to bed. Make sure to eat some bread, because that also helps with the absolute abhorrent and annihilating hangover that awaits you the next day. Every time I wake up, I feel like Helen Keller's ashes mixed with Anne Frank inside of Snoop Dogg's asshole. And I just never feel fucking good in the morning. Okay, I feel like I wish I was aborted just because of how hungover I always tend to feel the next day. Hangovers affect me so damn bad that I always just want to shit blood the next day. That being said, let us go over these tiers. We have Alcoholics Anonymous. This map is so unbelievably bad for drinking on that you might as well just host an AA meeting there, because there is no damn point on drinking on these maps. Drinking while sitting on your dad's boner would be a more enjoyable experience.
What did you say?
Than drinking on any of these maps in this list, in this tier. Next, you have Sober Skunk Shits. These maps are so unbelievably after drink on that you might as well stay sober. And it's so damn bad and stanky to get drunk on these maps, so you better be shitting blood by the time the night's over, because you're going to need to get absolutely blasted on this map to have any sort of fun. And next we got the lame Liquorlands. These are abhorrent maps to get drunk on. No fun is to be had here. Getting drunk with Larry the Lobster's claws inside of your colon hole while you read you the Holy Bible in Portuguese and reads the entire Hunger Games series with his cock on your skin like Braille would be absolutely abhorrent. So yeah, these maps are not very good either. But next, you have the mid-moonshine maps, you know. If you bring a bucket of moonshine on these maps, you might as well. You might be in for a good time. They're just mid-maps, you know. It's like drinking in a house that has no power in it. Like, sure, you're probably gonna have fun when you converse, but you might get a little drunk and bored. You might end up fisting the homies. Next, we got the Diddy Daiquiri destinations. These maps are pretty good for a nice old Diddy freak-off party with a nice lot of alcohol, and you're probably gonna have a good time here, although there is much to be desired, you know, much like there was in Diddy's scenario. Next, we have the beautiful Budweiser Bud Blast. These maps are so damn fun that you're going to be absolutely wasted on these maps. You're gonna have so much beer shits in the morning after getting drunk on these maps that you're gonna think you're the Terminus turret trap with how powerful your ass is. You're just gonna be sucking in hose and farting out brown bullet bitches at the speeds like a damn torpedo of the Titanic. You're just gonna be absolutely blasting booty back shots out of your rectum.
What?
Next, you got White Girl Wasted. This is pretty explanatory, but I mean, being white girl wasted is so absolutely fun. That's probably what I'm going to be later tonight, if I'm being honest, because I'm just going to go to absolutely blasted out of reality.
I could have my Gucci on.
I'm gonna feel like a megalodon is giving me a mouth rim job with all of its teeth attached to my asshole, and I'm just going to be having a time of my life. Next, we got our top echelon of the tiers, baby. We got the best tiers ever presented. We got Alcoholic Ale Asshole
I could have my Gucci on.
If you rank on this map, there is no better map to get drunk on. These are the creme de la crop maps, so you need to get absolutely blasted on. If it was up to me to bring us a 36 pack with the boys, it would definitely be on the maps here. You'd have a nice fucking time. I'm not a beer man myself. I prefer vodka gin or just vodka coolers, or vodka sodas, but you know what? On these maps, I would definitely make an exception and grab a 36 pack of Budweiser or some shit. Plug. Some PBR if we really want to get frisky. Without further ado, let's get to these beautiful rankings. Now, Nocturne told me it is nice out.
Stop the cap.
And you know, when you drink, you tend to feel a little bit warmer, and I feel like the nice breeze coming off the butthole of the bunker is bitch. Looking pretty nice against your skin and my flabby butt cheeks in the wind. Homer Simpson's belly button, you know, my fat ass cheeks will be jiggling in the wind, bouncing around like a bouncy castle. So I feel like the cold air on Knock would be kind of fun, although there is no power on this map. So I feel like you'd get a little bit bored, you know, you'd have to bring a lot of speakers and shit to blast ruins, and if all of your electronics in this location died, you'd just be kind of fucked. People, just like the residents of the islands were, that Christopher Columbus fucking landed his boat on, goddamn. I don't see Noct going extremely high, but I feel like there are worse maps to get drunk on. I feel like getting blasted in an old bunker kind of gives you some insane vibes too. I'm gonna put it on mid-moonshine maps. I feel like it would be fun here, but you'd probably get bored and want to leave it after like a couple hours, because once you're on our power, you're doomed. Now, I don't know about you guys, but getting drunk in an insane asylum sounds both fun but horrifying, you know? Especially if you're the only one drinking here and like you're just talking and like you're probably gonna be you're gonna be like blackout drunk, barely being able to walk or fart or blink out of your colon, and next thing you know, you're gonna be talking more sense than anyone on this asylum. Like, it's gonna be a crazy ass experience nonetheless, you know. Like, I don't think anyone would be ready to have a conversation with my ass drunk. Especially if you got the inmates there absolutely blasted. Like, that would be crazy. Imagine if the Joker snuck like 10 gallons of vodka into the fucking Arkham Asylum water supply and everyone just got blasted. And like Batman with a big booty bitch on his butt. That would be absolutely crazy. I feel like I'm gonna put Verrucht in the Diddy Daiquiri destination just because I feel like getting drunk with the inmates would go absolutely hard. Much like my dad on me with his boner. Next thing you know, you got...
What did he say?
Shino Numa, baby. The best map. At being mid, that is. I feel like being drunk on Shino Numa would actually be quite a good enjoyable time because you would have all of that water to cool yourself off with if you get too drunk. You know, like sometimes I feel like being in the water when you're drunk is absolutely beautiful, especially if it's like cold water. Like once I went swimming and I was absolutely blackout drunk in a lake and it was one of the funnest experiences of my life. I felt like I was Goku flying around as Nimbus despite just being in the water like Goofy tweaking off benzos. Like just being like, if you could sit in the water and just chill, blast it, that would be nice. So just for the water, and plus I feel like going on the zip line trap would be pretty fucking fun, just going up and down over and over again drunk. The only bad thing is you might end up walking into an electric trap and lighting up your nutsack like Ben Franklin, getting a good idea to fly a kite to that thundercloud. So plug. But other than that, if you're careful enough, I feel like the water on the map, being able to, you know, cool off actually does bump it up a tier above Verrucht. So it's going to go into beautiful Budweiser Butt Blast. Like, what would you really do on Der Riese, though? Like, I don't really know what you would actually do on Der Riese that would be somewhat enjoyable. I feel like shoving 10 ladybugs in your cockle and shooting them out like some sort of sick, twisted circus act cannon would go a little bit better than drinking on Der Riese. Especially if you have to teleport. Like, you can't tell me if you get teleported on Der Riese that you're not just gonna puke everywhere. Like, I'm sure getting teleported around like Mewtwo giving birth only to be aborted to a baby would be very disorienting on its own. But next thing you know, you're like, you already got the spins and you're wasted. And you feel like a goddamn Ferris wheel, Kaioken times 10 on methamphetamine, shitting all over the place. Like a barbaric bitch. Not gonna have a good time. I feel like sober skunk shits is good for Der Riese because I just don't feel like you'd have anything to do besides teleport, and you just get incoherently sick to the point where you probably die from puking up blood from your asshole. I just don't think it's gonna be an enjoyable time. Although I could be wrong. I'm trying to think of what you could do on Der Riese. I mean, I guess you could like line up Human Centipede on the catwalk with the homies or something to do, but I just don't really see myself wanting to do that.
What the hell? My God.
I'll bump it up to Lame Liquorland in case anyone did want a Human Centipede on the catwalk, though. That's a very understandable want. And next, we got our first Alcoholic AO Asshole Annihilations tier. Ain't that a damn mouth and anus full. But it is Kino Tolton. Because Kino Tolton is a movie theater, and you could just bring down that giant projector screen and hook up a goddamn GameCube on that bitch or something, play like Mario Kart Double Dash or Super Smash Bros. Melee on that shit, or even some split-screen zombies, whatever you could, or just watch Shrek. You know, I remember I have a core memory of me getting drunk with my cousin and my friend watching Shrek at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and we're all blackout. We passed out halfway through the movie, woke up like, what the fuck? Plug. Yeah, the possibilities on that projector screen on Kino Tolton is absolutely crazy, and I feel like it would be the most entertaining map to get drunk on just because of that. I actually do want to run down to the movie theaters one day and get absolutely plastered with the homies somehow, and then use that screen to have a fun-ass time. Like, that would be so much fun. Like, if I had a bucket list, getting drunk at a movie theater and playing games on the projector screen would be it would rank in the top 10 on that, honestly. So, Kino Tolton, congratulations to you, my big dick comrade.
Hey,
you managed to rank hot. Higher than Snoop Dogg smoking 10 blunts and injecting psilocybin into his asshole via butt plug enema. Absolutely beautiful, my friend. You are so beautiful, Kino. I love you. I'll give you a little kiss on the cheek. Thank you for the kind memories. You deserve this one, cheek. I've been usually a little tough on Kino, but it deserves it this time, damn it. And next we got 5, and I feel like being drunk at the Pentagon is also going to go at the top tier because, I mean, if shit did hit the fan, you probably have everything you want right there. And there's a lot of screens for you to hook up gaming setups on as well. I don't think the vibes would be quite as good as the movie theater as when it comes to being a nice little chill guy, but I feel like it would be really cool, and you'd be able to have the ultimate LAN party on 5 as well with all those fucking monitors as well. Plus, you're in the most secure building in the world, or at least in America, or whatever. So you'd also be safe from if Takeo Masaki decided to drop a giant butt blast nuclear explosion from his rectum katana, so that'd be interesting as well. So for those reasons, I believe 5 does deserve to go in the upper echelon of the booty hole list. And next we have Ascension. I don't really think getting drunk in Ascension would be good because, like, let's propose the idea that that giant spinning dildo Beyblade of dick destruction, diabetes death, is constantly spinning around like the Tasmanian devil after finding Tuco's cocaine stash from Breaking Bad. You're gonna die. Like, you're just gonna get fucking clapped, okay? There's nothing about it. You are dead. You're a dead man. Because there is no way you're gonna get blasted and not remember and, like, not forget that that giant spinning butt plug of this anal destruction is just spinning around constantly, okay? Like, you're going to fucking die. You're gonna get smacked in the head and decapitated like you rode the Verrucht water slide from back in the day. It's just going to be GG's for you. I'm sorry. Alcoholics Anonymous, you should never drink on Ascension. It's a fucking hazard. Now, Call of the Dead as well. I mean, you're just gonna freeze to death because because you're going to feel like you're warm from all the beer, but you're actually probably just going to be ending up freezing to death. Either George Romero's going to beat you in the ass cheeks with his giant hammer of skunk, skank, shit, slut, slaughter, and it's just not going to be a good time. The cold air would feel really nice for a bit, and I guess you could, like, enjoy the view off the lighthouse, but I feel like you'd be like, whoops, whoopsie daisy, slipping on a fucking imaginary bar of soap that's just using your funny for being absolutely blasted. Next you know, you're flying off of the lighthouse like Michael Jackson dangling off that balcony. So I don't really think that's a good idea either, for God's sake. I think it's just going to be a pretty dangerous map overall. I guess you could just not go on the lighthouse, and if you do buy a PhD, you'll be fine. So I'll go in super skunk shits, honestly. Actually, I mean, let's say you can activate the musical Easter egg and listen to Avenged Sevenfold from, like, the Ether's asshole from above. That'll bump it up the Lame Liquor Lamp, because if you're flopping off the lighthouse and dying, at least you get to do it to a banger song. Shangri-La is actually going to go in White Girl Wasted, and the only reason that's not going into the top tier is because I feel like you would get drunk enough to the point where you'd kind of walk, you'd accidentally swim off the waterfall if you're not careful, or you'd drown, or you'd fall off the bridge and fucking crack your spine, or like get impaled by the rock like a Mortal Kombat fatality on that one map with all the spikes in the bottom of the pit, and your asshole would look like Johnny Sins just got done filling it up with his pike spike, and I just feel like it would be absolutely abhorrent of an experience to decide to get absolutely booty blasted on this map with Budweiser. It just wouldn't be fun. That being said, the scenery would go hard. Like, it would be so fucking fun just being drunk looking out the view. But the falling hazards and the mazes, oh my god, and the mazes and the minecart would make you puke. I feel like the water slide will be fun though, but I don't know. There's a lot of good and a lot of bad. I don't really know where to rank it, but I'm just going to leave it in White Girl Wasted because I feel like there's a lot of benefits, but just enough cons to keep it at the tippy top titty tier. Moon, and I don't know about you guys, but as long as you're like, I want to put Moon at the high tier, but I feel like you just kind of fall off the fucking base and die, or like get sucked out of orbit somehow out of drunken stupidity. But floating around in outer space more blasted than Cheech and Chong with a beer bong would be so fucking fun. It'll just go incredibly hard. I'm gonna put Moon in beautiful Budweiser butt blast above Shinonuma, just because I feel like flying around on Moon like a drunken dildo dickhead bellend would be such a beautiful experience. Plus, you could like imitate Among Us and use the excavator to circumcise people when you find out they were the sussy imposter, so that'll be fun too. That's another reason why I can't go top tier, because I feel like if you forgot to hack the excavator, you just get fucking obliterated. Lecter preparing a cannibalistic meal for Thanksgiving, god damn. I'm wondering if the excavators now are enough to move it down? Because there is a lot of hazard. Yeah, it's going to go below Verrucht, actually, because those excavators, man, you have to do it like every 15 minutes. If you're having one of your columns Ninja Tunes, you're just going to get absolutely obliterated and add to the obituary columns back on ER. So, yeah, you're cooked, bro. You're fucking cooked. Rip, bozo. Now, Transit, you get to ride the bus, and you might be able to share a couple with Rosa Parks, which is absolutely beautiful. I would love to have a conversation with her. Too bad she's like Primus Richtofen and the OG and dead as hell, which is very unfortunate. You get to, I feel like you know, like last week I was obliterated and I was talking to Talking Ben, my partner, for about 2 hours before we passed out, and it was really fun. And I feel like you could kind of treat Ted as like Talking Ben with a mobility scooter attachment on him, so you could just be fucking gliding across the entire town, like talking to Ted like he's a sentient boppet, and that would be a very beautiful fucking escapade with Ted the titty tickler. So honestly, Transit's gonna go right above Shangri-La, just because of Ted, and being able to talk to his roboticized bitch ass will be so much fucking fun. I don't know about you guys, but getting drunk at a bus stop sounds fucking abhorrent. Bottom of Alcoholics Anonymous. Being drunk at a farm would be fun. You could like talk to the animals and pet them and have a beautiful time. You just gotta make sure you don't walk behind any horses, or, you know, get too close to the penises like Mr. Hands, because if you get behind a horse, they're gonna kick you. You know, the average horse hard on is probably bigger than my entire body. So yeah, you gotta really watch out. But other than that, being on farm would be absolutely beautiful. Beautiful Budweiser butt blast right above Shino Numa, actually. And there is a little bit of lava, but I mean, if you just stay in the farm, you'll be fine. Unlike town, where I don't know where you're supposed to go without getting blasted, because there's no animals to pet on town unless Lizzo's there. So you're really gonna watch the fuck out. And I just don't genuinely think it's gonna be a fun time, because you're just gonna burn in lava. And you're gonna be feeling like the napalm zombie with gonorrhea times 10, like Goku's Kaioken technique that he used to butt blast Vegeta out of orbit. Fucking beautiful. Sober skunk shits. And Nuketown is actually just going to right below, because it's just the same exact thing on fire, but town has a little bit more aura. Why is it? Wait, I moved Ascension by accident. Where was it again? I kind of completely forget where Ascension was. Yeah, it was bottom tier because the spinning dildo. Listen, Die-Rise, you can't tell me with confidence that you're not just gonna fall to your absolute demise down the elevator shaft like that one dude from iCarly that stupidly fell down the fucking elevator shaft and broke the not PhD flopper, broke every single bone in his body like and became a Minecraft skeleton stuck in a hospital bed and wishing he was shot in the head like Mr. President Kennedy man boner. So unfortunately, Die-Rise is not going to get to rank very high on this tier list, because you're just gonna fly off the fucking map like Minecraft Steven creative mode and just absolutely break your kneecaps like the SpongeBob fish on my leg, my clit. So yeah, bro's dead. I mean, if you're already in jail, it would be a little bit better. It will definitely help you ease with the context they're already in jail. But if you're like, oh yeah, let's go to a abandoned jail, get drunk, it also have like vibes and aura points. But next thing you know, the autistic meth head is going to be thinking you're an intruder trying to steal his acorns, and he's going to fucking bite you in the ass, and you're going to be very depressed. So yeah, if it's an abandoned jail, I don't know. I feel like, and plus I'm kind of claustrophobic, I would not have a good time here. But you're not likely to like die or anything unless you go into an abandoned jail, and like I said, so I guess I'll put it at the top of lame liquor land. Now, getting drunk on bear would be quite the vibe. You'd have to bring like a shit ton of water though with how dry it is in there. It's like Leroy hasn't had a drink since the Obama administration, so bro's lips are drier than a camel's pussy. So you're really gonna try your damn best. Maybe bring an extra bit of breast milk too, just like your Homelander trying to prepare for the apocalypse. And you should be good, honestly. You just gotta make sure you have enough liquids and food, because the trip back up top would be a pretty Herculean task, to say the least. But that's it. Plus, you could get drunk with Leroy and the homies. Like, he could probably become a homie, you know? Bro looks like Goofy out of the streets. Bro looks like Gonorrhea, or whatever the Three Stooges guy's name is. So, yeah, I'm gonna put Buried right behind King Undertone, because the vibes with Leroy would go. I don't really know where to put Origins. I feel like drinking during the Great War would not exactly be a good idea. And you would in fact get stepped on by Dommy Mommy Milker Robot and obliterated and flattened like a pancake, like Squidward and SpongeBob committed vehicular manslaughter upon Squidward's testicular nostrils with a fucking boulder.
And now you're telling me they thought they could drive?
Slash Dwayne the Cock Rock, whatever it was. So yeah, Origins, I don't think. I mean, if you were to not open to No Man's Land, it could be pretty decent. But you could also listen to those ancient songs and try to dissect them and figure out their meaning with your drunken homies, which would feel like solving a Scooby-Doo mystery. I'm gonna put it mid-tier, right above Nog, because there's more room to run around like a fucking meth head. I don't think getting drunk at the local McDonald's is a great idea, because you might get kicked out, but the only benefit of that is you just get infinite food, and if you're blasted, you're gonna want McDoubles all the way throughout the night, so you don't feel hungover in the morning, even though you're gonna have McDouble, McGangbang, Big Mac, butt blast throughout the day, the next day, wishing you were dead. But for the time being, it's gonna be an absolute beautiful, right behind Moon. And I don't really know where to put Outbreak, because it's just a damn default Dan Among Us base map facility. I don't feel like much would happen there. I'm just gonna put all these maps bottom. Status of Evil would be beautiful, because you get that beautiful, awesome jazz music following you around. You go like you're a fucking Animal Crossing character with constant music happening behind you, being all jittery and giddy while you hit the gritty with your butthole. So that would be absolutely beautiful. You could feel like a Fortnite character with how that awesome music makes you feel while you're just hitting the fucking nastiest dance moves of all time with your floppy boner while your butt chugging that Budweiser. You'd feel absolutely gosh darn beautiful. You could hit the fucking Mickey Mouse Clubhouse hot dog dance with your dick hole, and it'll just be an absolute beautiful time and a half to be alive. You'll just feel like you're absolutely peaking and tweaking off that Zaza Perkaholic pack, you know? Oh, I should have made the Tears Perkaholic pack. God damn it. What was I cooking? That being said, Shadows of Evil is just kind of a town. There's a lot of space to run around to be stupid on, which is always helps for my case, because if I can't stand, I will explode like SpongeBob SquarePants when Squidward falls off a fucking cliff. So you gotta have that stim space. I'm gonna put it right in the middle of Farm and Shinonuma, because the vibes are there. The Giant is like Doris, but it's colder outside. So I'm actually just gonna put it right in front of Call of the Dead, because it's not as cold as Call of the Dead. Or actually, not going to be pretty chill, because you can just ride up and down the tram cart over and over again, as long as you're careful enough to not fall off the fucking thing like an idiot. Plus, you could use the Wonder Spheres and fly around like a meth head, or Aladdin on his magic clit carpet flying around the fucking atmosphere would be absolutely beautiful, but I feel like that'd also disorientate you. I don't really know where to put the Horizon Rock. I'm a little, because like the tram car would be cool, but the Wonder Sphere, I guess you don't have to go in the Wonder Spheres and shit. Plus, you could look at all the cool wolf painting arts and shit for the wolf bow and all that stuff, and maybe upon the way you might figure out how to build a fucking fireball in a millennia, so it's pretty interesting too. That bow is so hard to build, it gives me a rage boner just thinking about it. I've never actually built a fireball. To this day, almost a decade later of that map being released, I have not once ever built the fucking fireball in my entire life. And I probably never will, because it's not even worth it. It was so bad, Mr. Divorce, dickhole, wife cheater, dick beater, never even fucking built the fireball tutorial. That's crazy, dude. I'm just gonna put Thrashdrak above Origins, just like it is on most tier lists. Why Shell and Shuffle next? What the fuck did I do? Oh god, I'm tweaking. I would rather get drunk on Santa Claus's lap while he fondles my big tatas than get drunk on Shell and Shuffle. You go bottom tier, fuck you. Zetsubo no Shima would go pretty damn hard, honestly. It's like a bigger Shino Numa, but you could fill up those buckets, those 115 buckets with gin and juice. You have a 115 induced gin and juice. Next to know, you're having a three-way conversation, a potential thread with penises with Stuhlinger and Richtofen, which would flow and go absolutely fucking beautiful. It would be a big bussy bussin' time and a half, and I would be crying tears of joy and pre come out of my eyes and boner. You could decide what's happening from where, with how much of a blessed time would be happening with that conversation. The 115 buckets would go at insane. Gonna go right above that. Actually, it's gonna go in front of Shadows of Evil, baby. Is that gonna go for 20 minutes? Goa Crovey, I don't think it's a great map to be drunk on, because you would probably fly, like, let's imagine you're on the dragon, right? You're having a good time, you're chilling, you're flying off the dragon. It's like an amusement park ride without safety straps. You're gonna fly the fuck off and ragdoll like a GTA character riding a BMX down Mount Chiliad like it's 2013 again. You're gonna be blasted into the Afterlife arcade from Infinite Warfare, finger in your asshole. It's just not gonna be a great time. You're just gonna be absolutely blasted out of reality from that dragon, or you're gonna be wandering around minding your own business, grabbing a fucking beer from the cooler you brought. Next, you know, a dragon's gonna wreak hot fiery ballsack death upon you with its gonorrhea breath and blast you into oblivion, the Elder Scrolls. So yeah, it's GG's here no matter what you decide to do on this fucking map. And even if Rider can make it all the way to Pack-a-Punch to get back, you're gonna fucking go and let the water for like 30 seconds. You're gonna be disoriented, you're gonna be so drunk, you're probably gonna be trying to breathe, and you're gonna absolutely obliterate and drown yourself with it. But from the goddamn sewer system you have to explore like Dora's bitch ass to get back to the map. So yeah, I feel like on Goa Crovey it's GG's. But you know, if you stay in one spot, you might not die. But I just feel like it's not a great spot. It's top of Alcoholics Anonymous. Revelations. I mean, how can we breathe on Revelations? We're on like a split vagina pussy lipped universe version of everything. So it always kind of perplexed me how the characters even managed to not die on the map without having a spacesuit like it's some stupid ass game of Among Us. I think, let's say you have to run around. I mean, you do have multiple choices of maps for you to get drunk on. And Kino, well, wait, you know, it has to go right behind Kino Toten, because Kino Toten is on the map. So technically, you could just run to Kino Toten and chill there with the projector. Revelations, it kind of just has to go right behind Kino Toten. You're lucky you have Kino, you fuck. I don't even know if the projector's there, but for the sake of this, let's just say it is. Time to put the Chronicles maps underneath their coochie versions. Visit Spaceland has to go right up behind Kino as well, because obviously Spaceland would be so fucking fun. You can't tell me that getting Budweiser butt booty delicious boner biggity butt blasted like Shrek would be at a local theme park would be an absolute bussin' experience. I would throw it back with oil type shits leaking out of my ass just for Barack Obama, just to have a damn chance on going to this map. Never mind with the luxury of being absolutely blasted off that Zaza Booty Budweiser pack. That would be one of the most fun experiences of my life. As a kid, I loved theme parks, and when you get so blasted, you feel like all of your stress is gone and you could fight a lion with your nipples out. Man, it would be so fun to go on all those amusement park rides. The only thing that's not going above Kino is because you'd still be in public, whereas Kino, you could probably run out like a private theater room and kind of just have your homies, and you could be a little bit more stupid, but I feel like you'd have to hold yourself back hard, which is hard for me to do when I'm drunk, so as long as Spaceland can't go right above Kino, just because it's more open. Redwoods is going to go right behind Spaceland as well, because, I mean, it's a damn rig here. You already know you're going to be absolutely blasted by the time you get to the map. Like, there's no chance you're not going to Raven or Redwood, seeing all those colors, tripping absolute booty ball stack, and butt chugging the shit out of that beer. I would fill up a gallon wide enema and just insert it all into my rectum at once, full of gin and orange juice. I don't know what that would feel like. Probably not very good, but I know damn well about 1 minute later I'll be feeling like Hector Salamanca in the wheelchair ringing the bell for the first time with a Mike Airman Trout shaped butt plug in my booty hole, and I'm clenching the cheeks, and you know, it'll be an absolute fire fucking experience, and I would have no complaints. That would go so hard, dude. Attack of the Radioactive thing is actually going to go right at the top of White Girl Waste as well, just because, again, you are in public at the beach, and there's also the potential to get too drunk and you think you're a fucking SpongeBob SquarePants character like David Hasselhoff shooting Patrick Star SpongeBob between his beautiful, gigantic, buff breasts. And you might wander into the ocean and never return, which like my dad did in 2002, so that's a very real possibility. But other than that, you know, getting drunk at the beach is something I do want to do in real life as well, because I feel it could be a fucking fun time, and I absolutely love the beach. The beach is probably where I feel peak, or the peak of my existence is when I'm by the water. I do enjoy being around water, surrounded by the water. Even just being in a pool of my own pre-cum and mixed with a little bit of H2O makes me feel absolutely wonderful, like Wonder Woman. Set to Wumbo on that ass. So Attack of the Radioactive thing, the highest you're ever gonna go on my tiers, goddamn. The Beast from Beyond, I mean, you're dead. You're dead. You're gonna die. You're gonna fall into like one of the fucking 1,000 crevices on that map where you can fall in and die bottom to your ass. I mean, Alpha Omega's just gonna go bottom tier too, honestly, because it's Alpha Omega. And I would play with Winnie the Pooh's honey hole. Like, Eeyore watches and judges me the whole fucking time. Then ever go on Alpha Omega. I feel like drinking on the final Reich would just be depressing. Like, I wouldn't want to do it. And there's that giant well explosion that you could fall down and just break your pelvis right away. Like one of Jeff Dunham's puppets being anally inserted with his hands for the 10th time that day. I already know he fucked the puppets. You can't tell me otherwise. Groston House. Isn't that just a house? I mean, let's say, for example, the house works. That'd just be like drinking at one of your homies' house if the power is on. And you can never go wrong with drinking at the homie's house. Right behind Attack of the Radioactive thing. Darkest Shore is a beach, but it's like a beach on ass settings mixed with a little bit of gonorrhea cum potions. It just kind of buns. It's gonna go right above the other. It's gonna go right below. It's going to go right below Attack of the Radioactive thing, just because, I mean, Attack of the Radioactive thing is more proper beach. I don't know these maps. I don't know these maps. It just says alcoholics now. Yeah, those are the maps that are alcoholics. Think of the Titanic will go absolutely hard if you don't know what happens, because at least then, if you were to sink and drown, you probably wouldn't feel too much because you're already drowning in that vodka pack like Ultimus Nikolai twerking on Dempsey's dick. So you're already going to be having the time of your life, and you're probably going to not be able to feel your absolute painful demise as much. You know, some people say drowning is the most peaceful way to go, you know? I've talked to ghosts, actually. They've told me. Yeah, just like the ghost of my happiness that died when I was born as well. Diddy Daiquiri, right above her up, because I mean, you're on the Titanic, you're fucked, you're doomed, Now, unless you're Rock Lee and from Naruto and getting drunk absolute and blasted ups your combat game by like 100 times fold, I don't think drinking in the middle of a gladiatorial arena is going to be the best play, because you're going to get mauled by a lion. But we're going to go use the same logic here and actually assume that it numbs your pain a lot, and you probably won't feel it as much, and you might be over faster than you realize. So just because of that fact, we're going to put it right at Lame Liquor at the top, because, you know, at least when you were getting mauled to death by a tiger and elephant stomping on your balls and bursting them like balloons, you're not going to feel it as much if you're absolutely blasted. Now, Blood of the Dead is a vibe. Like, imagine getting drunk in hell. That would go so hard. You just tip your Donkey Kong mug filled with fucking beer and mug root beer at the same time with the devils, and you just blast and you talk shit about everyone you hated. He's like, yeah, like that would be Aura. That sounds some shit that fucking like Ultimus Richtofen would do back in his day. Right below 9. Classified, you're buns, but you're still fun. I'll put you right below normal 5. Now, you already know Alistair Rhodes' party was absolutely littier than 10 giraffe titties on X Games mode, feeling with the homies. So I already know getting drunk at that house would be absolutely beautiful. Like Groston House on steroids, so it makes sense for me to go right above Groston House. I feel like getting on a drunk on a farm actually has more aura as well than just a house. Oh wait, that's the Darkest Shore. Where did I put Groston House? Oh, it's right there. I'm fucking on meth. Sorry. Now, once again, getting absolutely litty like a titty in fucking With Apollo and riding Pegasus and fighting Gigantes and having Perseus lick your pussy while you're blasted. When you're more drunk than 15,000 stepdads fusion hard with the Patara earrings put together like a stacked up like a Lego brick inside your dick would go absolutely hard. I would just fucking love that. It would be such an absurd, amazing vibe. So honestly, Ancient Evil is going to go at the very top of White Girl Wasted, where I think it will probably remain for the rest of the video, but I guess we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see what happens. Attack Titan is Call of the Dead, but it is a much more beautiful atmosphere. You know, the sun is rising. It looks absolutely breathtaking and beautiful, much like all of you absolute stud muffins watching this video. And it's just a very nice spot, so I think I'm gonna have to put Togder Toten at the top of mid, just because there is still that lighthouse you could fly off and fall on, and you know, zip lining while you're drunk would probably not be the best idea. Actually, I feel like I'll put it above Infection, because I feel like it would still be better. Now, D Machine isn't there's snowing, but you could also just get drunk in a lab, which would be kind of a vibe and fun. And there's probably a lot of monitors you could use inside said laboratory as well for that ultimate LAN setup. So I'm going to put it at the right in front of Rux. Now, Firebase Z, I mean, Ravenoff has the ultimate Five Nights at Freddy's fucking security camera system set up. He could watch Freddy Fazbear take a shit and get 100 different angles for you alone in 5.5 milliseconds. So that would be absolutely beautiful. Bro's got his photography skills set to Wumbo, and he has his Gucci on, so you know damn well bro is absolutely spitting. And all those monitors are made for the absolute most absurdly badass based gaming LAN party of all time. Right above Farm, baby, just because that one room with all those fucking camera monitors on. Outbreak would be fun, because I feel like if you got drunk enough, you could set up like a giant-ass Nerf war with your friends, and that'd be so stupid, or Airsoft, or fucking paintball, whatever. And I feel like all that space you could put to good use, so I'm gonna put it right above Firebase Z. Actually, that's the highest I think Outbreak will ever rank, because Outbreak makes me outraged with how ass it was. Mount of Toten, I don't know, I don't really know much about Mao. I kind of stopped caring about Cold War at this point, although this map was pretty damn good. I just wasn't really into the game when this one came out. I mean, you could get drunk with a robot, Klaus, and talk to him like Ted, I suppose, with his responses, but I believe he's actually more conscious than Ted. I'll put it behind Fitz. Or I don't know where to rank Forsaken, so I'm just gonna put it at the bottom of mid, where it truly belongs. Now, during Funk, you talk to Gabriel Kraft over the radio and roast him for looking like a Kraft dinner box, butt-fucked Colonel Sanders from KFC infused with him like some sort of amoeba. So that'll be pretty beautiful, because I don't like the look on his fucking face. I'm kind of glad Gabriel Croft is back from Vanguard, because there's still a little piece of that hemorrhoid of a game still attached to us all now from the Dark Ether storyline in Black Ops 6, and I fucking hate how dumb he looks to the point where I love him. So down front, you're gonna go right in front of Forsaken, Terramal, Addictass, Terraria, methamphetamine-induced, rage-induced, rampage-inducer dick farts. It's going to go at the bottom, right behind the final right, because it's just the same thing but red. I would absolutely annihilate Cortifex's giant red bootylicious balloon butt crack asshole with like a helium-induced crackhead, like the Crimson Chin super suit from the Fairly Odd Parents. It goes right behind Classified Top Tier. Plug! Be the same exact thing as Outbreak. You could use all that space to set up some goofy ass shit with your homie right in front of, it'll go right behind Outbreak. Terminus Island, you could go on a boat ride and absolutely enjoy that fresh air, as long as you had a sober boat driver, of course, obviously. So that would go insanely fucking hard too. I'll put it at the top of, I'll put it right below, above the Titanic, because unlike the Titanic, you're not guaranteed to crash if you have a skilled boat driver. And getting drunk on a boat sounds really fucking fun. And Lottery Falls, it's like getting drunk on just a normal ass town. You know, it's probably like the average Friday night for people from Ohio would experience. So just like Ohio, I'll put it at the top of mid tier. Well, this is the videos for the best Call of Duty time maps to get drunk on. I hope you guys did and absolutely enjoy this video, gamers. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. If you get absolutely butt blasted tonight, remember to drink responsibly, which just means drink really a lot of fucking alcohol, but drink water in between as well as eating food. And make sure you're not drinking with an empty stomach. I hope you guys do enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good night, gamers. Enjoy your weekend and have a good one, gamers.
I could have my Gucci on.